Hey guys, welcome back to the channel with another episode of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. This is episode 11, and throughout the series so far, I've kind of been hoping for like a more lighthearted episode. Last week was not that, with Colonel Hughes getting murdered by lust or envy, or lust and envy, you can argue. Envy changed his face, or his entire body actually, to match his Hughes's wife, so that Hughes couldn't retaliate. I mean, Hughes has to be a fan favorite, right? Like, even though he's a little like over the top and aggressive with his like making friends, he loved his wife so much, he loved his daughter so much, and he was just kind to everybody as much as possible. Except for when he pulled the gun on some little kids because they were getting a little too close to his daughter. Oh man. But yeah, he's just a kind-hearted person, and it was hard to see him go down like that. Especially because he had just uncovered the truth about the Ishvalan War, or some truth about the Ishvalan War. And yeah, Lust and Envy took him down. Lust took his knife to her forehead and survived. So probably not exactly human. But yeah, in the meantime, Ed and Al are looking for their teacher because they want to learn more, they want to get improved, they want to get better, which is a good thing to go after, because they've kind of been having their butts kicked the last few episodes with Scar and with 66, or is it 48? I think 66 was Barry the Chopper, right? He outbeat him up, but Ed almost lost to the Slicer, the two brothers. And so yeah, getting some training will be good, but they haven't seen their teacher, it seems, since they did human transmutation. So yeah, their teacher's probably going to be pretty pissed, first of all. And I'm interested to see what this teacher's all about. We've seen someone who I think is her in not a flashback. I think it was Ed, like, having all that information poured into his head. Yeah, we saw like a woman who I believe is their teacher. And yeah, I'm excited to see how this all plays out. Again, really sad that Hughes died. Roy's moment where he's just like, oh, it's raining. Man. Anyway, guys, gotta get started with this episode. If you want to watch the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. We're also 1 week ahead over there as well. But let's get started.
Rush Valley! Automail! Automail!
Aww.
Look! It's the most recent
1 million? Or is that 10 million?
I never imagined I would behold such a thing
Stop wiggling your butt.
Should have dropped Winry off at the station and headed straight to Dublin.
Hey kid, come back here a sec. I've never seen an automail model quite like this before.
Hey, hold on a second. That kid
Oh.
on the postal space quitting!
Swarm, jostle.
Don't do that!
Don't be so rude. They just want a closer look.
He got stripped.
Up here, Winry!
Oh, they're fawning over
Something wrong, Ed?
It's gone.
his state
What
alchemist.
did you lose?
Only the thing that proves I'm a state alchemist. My silver watch. Gone.
It sounds like you guys had a run-in with Panina.
Panina?
Where is she again?
I know what might jog my memory.
Oh my god.
We're gonna have just one more look at that automail. The automail shop run by an engineer named Dominic.
I got you now!
Oh! Holy crap. What? Oh.
I'd like my watch back.
That was awesome. How'd you do that, mister?
I'm an alchemist. Want more?
She's dodging this pretty easily.
Wow, so cool!
I've been waiting for you.
Capture. Nice.
To hand it over. My watch.
Oh.
Come on, you can't be too surprised. You've seen the town, haven't you? Oh, and My other leg's got a 1.5-inch cannon. What do you think of that?
Come back!
No way! Why don't we see if you can catch me? No way I'm letting her go. Not quite yet, anyway. Not until I've had a closer look at that automail.
Slide. Al's head.
Hello there. I have never seen craftsmanship like this before. It has an advanced suspension, and when you look at this balance, the design of this piece is truly a work of art. It's incredible.
Do you think we could have a talk about my watch?
It's no use, brother.
Eep.
Oh, the work you've done is simply fantastic. You're a wonderful engineer.
Oh no, don't look at me, miss. I wasn't the one who made them.
I am.
Oof. Those eyebrows.
You want to be more careful not to strain your outfitty. That could be the reason why his growth is stunted.
Hey, shut up! Wait, are you telling me if my automail was lighter, I'd grow taller than this?
It is a possibility.
Wow, brother, you're so big!
You've grown so tall.
Oh my god.
To me, you guys sure look small.
Right.
Oh my god.
That settles it. Mr. Dominic, I beg you, make me your apprentice.
Not a chance, girl.
Darn.
But maybe you can take time out of your busy schedule to teach her how to make automail to make me taller.
Can it, you little flea?
Flea.
Little flea,
Oh my god.
little flea, called me a flea.
Aw. She gonna give birth by the end of the episode.
You look like the most miserable, pathetic girl in the entire world. Nothing annoys me more than mopers like you.
Let me go, you mean old man. Put me down.
He said I had eyes like a dead person, probably not far off. I'm sure I really did look miserable.
So, without anyone ever asking my opinion, I was outfitted with automail legs. Soon enough, I was back up on 2 legs and I was so happy. I'm gonna pay him back somehow, even if it takes me my whole life. If you're so grateful to him, you should clean up your act and stop picking pockets. Stand strong on those 2 legs that he made for you. Stand up and get to work.
Ooh.
Mr. Dominic would respect you more for doing that than for stealing.
You know what? You're right. From now on, I'll work honestly to pay him back myself. So, I should probably give this thing back.
It's been sealed up using alchemy.
Something's in here he's too embarrassed to let anyone see.
Oh my god.
Open.
Now, let's have a little look at what Ed was hiding.
Winry. Oh. Picture of.
Don't forget, October 3rd, year 11.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
The bay.
The bay.
The bay. The bay.
A bay is a type of horse. What about it?
The baby's coming. The baby's coming.
the oh man.
Storm like
What do we do? The doctor's not here.
We're just going to have to do it.
Let's go, Winry. Deliver
Deliver
the
it.
baby.
So you've seen a baby being delivered before?
Ed and Al, go and get me some boiling water.
Sure, Winry.
Panina, go find some towels. And hurry. Roger.
You can do this. Now, when it really counts, I can't do anything.
Oh my god. Cower.
Oh, that blood. I can't do it anymore.
What's going on? Hey,
The baby. It's tiny.
It's a baby!
What were you expecting?
Awesome! Awesome, awesome, awesome!
Okay.
Alchemists have worked for centuries and we're still not able to do that.
Aww.
A person creating another person.
Do you think you could pick me up, please?
It's humiliating to be carried by a boy who's smaller than I am.
I'd easily drop you, you know.
I saw it. The engraving that's inside your pocket watch.
Ow.
Ow, ow, ow! That really hurt!
You idiot.
Yeah.
You just dropped her.
Winry, why are you doing that? What are you crying for? There's no turning back for us now, brother. What are you crying for, Winry?
Let her cry.
You two won't cry. Someone else should do it for you, don't you think?
Don't be an idiot.
I want to do more, Ed. I can't just commit halfway.
There's no need to get more involved.
Yes, there is. I want to hone my skills so I'll be able to make you the finest quality automail prosthetics. That way you can continue your journey knowing you're as strong as you can be. I'm going to try again. I'll ask Mr. Dominic to make me his apprentice.
You've delivered his grandchild. I'd say he
Okay.
owes you one.
Well, then good old Panina.
Why'd you go and do that?
Quit whining, you dirty pickpocket, and give me my watch back right now!
Did you have to hit me with your right arm?
I can hit you again with my left if you'd prefer!
Hello there, I'm your granddad.
Aww.
What a cutie.
That's sure a character.
Mother and baby both look perfectly healthy.
Thank you.
Please, sir, there's really no need to thank me. Oh my goodness, now you're gonna make me blush.
Nah.
Maybe you could make an exception and take on an apprentice?
One has nothing to do with the other. I don't take on apprentices, and that's that.
But
But if that's what your heart's set on, I can recommend you to an accomplished engineer at the base of the mountain.
oh.
Would it be okay if I came by and watched you work sometimes?
I won't stop you from coming once in a while to see my grandchild. Same goes
Ah.
for the tomboy.
Aww. It's not an
Move
apprentice.
it out! We gotta hurry!
I
If we miss this
noticed.
train, there's not another one for 3 days!
Now you two be
Aw.
careful!
You too, Henry!
Did they pay?
Thank
They
you.
just jumped aboard.
And make sure to steal that old man's technique so you'll have something even better for me the next time I see you, okay?
Well, that's it. They're gone.
They'll be back.
Yay! A feel-good episode for once. Alright guys, I would probably qualify this as the first more lighthearted episode. I mean, there are still some really sad things that happened this episode, like Panina losing her family and her legs, and Ed carving the date of his failure into his state alchemist amulets, badge, and pocket watch. So yeah, still some sad stuff, but like they didn't dwell on it too much, so it was still like a pretty lighthearted episode. And I think it was sorely needed after Hughes' death. And yeah, Winry was just so happy being in the land of automail. It was adorable. And you know, whenever a pregnant woman shows up in anime, that the group is gonna have to deliver the baby that very episode. And yeah, Panina, double amputee, both legs, and there's a cannon in one of them. Like when she first fired it, I didn't catch this until editing, but like Al's helmet like flew into the sky and spun a few times before landing back on his head. That was really fun. Really love the animation in this series. But yeah, Winry caught Panina and she's like, I'm not letting her go till I get to take a closer look at her automail. She had like smoke coming out of her nose because she was so excited. And then, yeah, the Elric brothers just faceplant and like slide into the frame when Winry catches Panina. But yeah, Panina's story, really sad too, losing both her parents and legs. And what's with these men in this show? that they can only show kindness by kidnapping or dragging people with them. And then like Panina was this part is a little worse. The Panina was operated on without her consent, which yikes. I mean, she's happy about it, but eventually, but like that doesn't mean it was okay. Like at least ask her. Otherwise, people like doing what I imagine is like invasive surgery like on you would be like super traumatic. Like you're just like, I can imagine her like kicking and screaming, like not unsure whether or not she can trust this person, Mr. Dominic. And then, yeah, I don't know about that situation. At least it worked out okay, but like, and she doesn't seem to have any trauma, but like, I feel like in real life she might have. And yeah, weird way to pay him back, trying to steal from everyone who passes through the town, all the tourists. Winry did something good and refocused Panina's method of paying Mr. Dominic back, trying to get her to do something different. I'm curious as to what she would want to do after this. Maybe we'll see her in another episode at some point. At the very end, we saw like 3 wanted posters. One was Scar, another guy we saw in the opening who can change his into like this metallic being. I feel like the one on the right looks familiar, but I can't place him. But yeah, the whole episode was very Winry focused, which I appreciate. She's again like just one of my favorite characters. She's not a side character, but I feel like she's like probably the third most important character so far. And seeing her take control, take charge, deliver that baby, that was really cool. Yeah, it's really interesting. She grew up reading medical textbooks. I mean, Automail, there's some medical knowledge necessary for it as well, since they have to reattach it to the nerves. She must have some knowledge of biology in order to make Automail the way she makes it, and make it fit people. I guess they all probably have some idea of like how human biology works, though she doesn't know that. I guess she didn't know that the Automail was stunting Ed's growth, which is just hilarious. I have to imagine Ed is like 10 times more motivated to get the Philosopher's Stone so that he can get his body back so he can grow more. And he better do it soon, because his growth spurt, I mean, it would suck if he finished his growth spurt while still having the Automail, and then that's as tall as he'll ever be, when he would have been so much taller. He got called a flea, and he was just like so dejected, so broken. Lots of good humor as usual. Enjoy this episode a lot, and they weren't confronted with Hughes's death this episode. Again, I think it's going to happen probably when they come back to Central after they train with their teacher. So probably next episode we'll see their teacher, right? I'm excited for that. Very excited for that. And yeah, that's going to be it for this time. I'm going to give this episode a 7.5. And I feel like this is the kind of show where the old side characters will come back once in a while. I'm still waiting for Rose from who was following Father Cornello. We saw Jessica again, which was nice. Last episode. So I'm sure we'll see more of Mr. Dominic and Panina at some point. And we leave Winry behind this episode, so maybe we'll get an episode at some point that like refocuses on her and how she wound up like leveling up her skills. That'd be fun. But yeah, this was a good episode. Looking forward to the next one. If you want to watch the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. Be sure to leave a like. That helps this channel out a lot. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, friends.